needs to be in line and situ. Look, you doing that with your phone, yeah?
Yeah. You happy?
When you put it down, it needs to be in the exact same position. Just for my OCD. No.
Is that okay there?
No, a little bit over. There you go.
I feel like you've got that wrong because you've got the handles in the wrong spot there, really.
Right, if we're going to match it up.
Yeah.
Happy? There you go. Perfect.
Perfect.
And we've not got matching outfits on this week.
That's
we
very
did
good
last week, didn't we?
Yeah, we looked at the business, didn't we? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Sunday morning show. Good morning, Lester.
Good morning, Dan. Good morning, everybody.
I'm going to break this thing you've set up here because I would like a little sip of my tea this morning. That's a well-made cup of tea, Bernie.
Thank you.
That is very well made. Anything special about that one?
Say what you want about me. I do make a good cup of tea.
I will, and I do.
Jordan's chirping up.
I can't believe Jordan turned up on a Sunday morning. That's the first, isn't it?
He was late, though, as usual.
He was late this morning, yeah. Only slightly, though.
Were you born late as well, Jordan? Like, were you on time? Or were you like, you must miss your due date?
I reckon he was a couple of days late.
It's got to have been.
I think I was early.
No way.
Just making up for it now.
Sorry about the interruption there in the cheap seats. So, Bernie, how has your week been?
Very good. So we've been away in South Wales.
We have been away in the
Near
wet
Swansea.
South Wales.
The Mumbles, the Gower Peninsula, as you like to
Mumbles
call
was
it.
fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I never heard of the Mumbles.
Maybe not. The Mumbles Mile, Dan.
Is it two? No, sorry, it's a mile.
Of pubs, basically.
I was just thinking of a road sign that I saw that says Mumbles 2, which was 2 miles to
away.
Mumbles.
Yeah.
But it's actually a mile long.
Yeah.
So we went there for a little curry, didn't we?
We did. It was a long way to go for a curry.
We long way for a curry.
We combined it with a little bit of golf, didn't we?
We did indeed. Well, we were joined in Wales by Dan's brother Paul.
Trousers.
Also known as Trousers.
Yeah. And
YouTube's funniest man.
Cornish,
Chris Gill. And what a delight it was.
Brilliant.
Great to have Cornish back on the channel.
Yep.
We had a fun time at Klein Golf Club.
We did, yeah. I'd never heard. I'll be honest. I've never heard of it. I heard of some of its surrounding neighbours because it was quite close to some courses which are well known and on the map. But it was a little hidden gem. You described it as.
It's exactly what it was. It was a little Welsh hidden gem. It's exactly what it was.
But yeah,
so Klein Golf Club is right by. Well, it's not very far away from Pennard, and we were due to go and play at Klein Golf Club, followed by Pennard Golf Club. The Links in the Sky Pennard Golf Club.
Is that what it's called?
That is exactly what it's called. It's an absolute delight.
Have you made that up, or is it that what they actually call themselves?
It's what it is.
Oh, is it?
And when we get back there and film,
yeah,
we will explain and see. You'll see why. Because it is.
Fortunately, we had a little bit of liquid sun, didn't we? Quite a lot of it, actually.
Not good. No. It was not good. It was actually due to rain in the afternoon of when we were at Klein, but we were so lucky we got away with it.
Got all 18 holes in.
We got all 18 holes played. But Klein Golf Club, I mean, it was pretty special, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
For something so good, to not heard of it before.
Yeah, totally. For someone who lives in Devon, it was very much a mix of Tavistock and Yelverton, I'd say. And anybody who lives in Wales, it's similar to Southern Down. It was on top of the hill. And
so I got into trouble for this last time because I called it a I don't know what I called it in the end.
Moorland Links, you called it?
Well, I've called it now a Moorland Links because that's what they do call it. When I say they, I don't know who I'm categorising there, but people, golfers.
What did you call it? Hillside something, didn't you?
I called it, I just called it, didn't I call it just a Moorland course? I can't remember what I called it, but it was the wrong name. Anyway. Yeah,
and you're going to apologise for that or not?
I have, yeah, just apologies. Yeah.
Good.
It is actually a Moorland Links.
Right.
Southern Down, Moorland Links, and Klein is a Moorland
Great track.
Links. Great track.
Some beautiful holes.
It's a bit wet.
Yeah.
As in, it was because we had a lot of rain the night before going up there, but it held up very well.
Yeah.
I thought it did. So it's one of those courses that I think if you're going to be in that sort of Swansea area, if you're going up to the South Wales area, it's definitely one to put on the list.
Yeah, we stayed there as well. So we stayed overnight in the Dormy House, what do you call it?
I'm going to call it a little lodge.
Dormy Lodge.
I think it's called the Southfield Lodge.
Yeah.
Sutherfield Lodge.
Lovely rooms.
Dormy House, let's call it a Dormy House. It was a little dormy. It was right above the pro shop, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. So, but just a lovely place. The manager there, secretary, was really welcoming, John.
Very welcoming.
Looked after us and provided us with a few alcoholic beverages.
He certainly did. He looked after us very well. And we had a photograph with the president.
Yeah.
The immediate past president and the immediate past president. 3 presidents.
Are you going to tell the story about, I think it was the past president who didn't have a clue?
John. No, that was that was the current president.
Yeah, he
wasn't sure who we were.
Go on, do a little accent.
No. We weren't sure. We weren't sure who we were, but he was having a photograph with us anyway. So, but yeah, so it was a good trip, and we also, like Lester said, the Dormy House there, the lodge that we stayed in, was properly. I mean, it said 4-star, and I was thinking to myself, well, what does 4-star even mean? But it really was quality.
Yeah, it was
they, as Graham likes to call it, they rolled out the red carpet for us.
They did, and the breakfast in the morning.
Well, they got up super early.
Very good.
Super early for that for us. So we had to get breakfast straight, then get to Pennard, which unfortunately, when we got to Pennard, it had rained all night and was going to continue to rain all morning. And being slightly impatient.
Well, we made the right decision.
Well, it was the right decision.
We wouldn't have got 18 holes in. We wouldn't have done the place justice. They've obviously had a very wet winter, and they were still using mats on the fairways, which I think would have detracted from how good the place actually is.
It is fantastic.
Yeah.
I can't wait to put it on camera because it is class.
Yeah.
It's not the longest golf course in the world, and Cornish.
And there's only 44 bunkers there.
44 bunkers, but Cornish.
Yeah.
Has got the joint course record around there, 63. Paul, I think, won his first Pro-Am ever there.
No, you got that wrong. It was his professional debut.
Oh, professional debut at Pennard.
He did shoot under par,
66.
but he didn't win it. No, 66, yeah.
God, we bring on a couple of players,
don't we? Eh?
We do, come on. Well, that moves us on nicely, I think, for this show, because last week you will have seen that we have been at Burnham and Berrow, which is, and you may have heard us say it on the vlog, but it was actually the venue of where Paul won the PGA Championship back in 2015.
Was it?
It was.
He's never mentioned that once.
Not once.
So strange, isn't it?
I know.
I would have mentioned that.
But he was left with a slightly troublesome situation on the 18th hole at Burnham and Berrow.
Which you're going to recreate.
During the 2015 PGA Championship, which I felt, as we were there, that we should recreate it. Go through the emotions of it and see what unfolds. So let's head back to Burnham and show you what that was all about.
Well, the wind is blowing.
We've
made our way out onto the 18th green where the emotional moment happened. Paul, the emotional moment back in 2015.
Yeah.
Just talk us through it. What was happening? How many rounds was it?
It's 4 rounds.
Yeah.
And it was a very windy week, hence why the scores are so high.
Okay.
But yeah, it was, and the wind had picked up on the last day, so it was a tricky finish, really. It was tough.
And does Burnham kind of suit you?
I don't know. I've always done reasonably well around here, but it's a lovely golf course. I do enjoy playing it, so maybe that was that helps.
Because it's tight in areas, isn't it? And especially in the summertime where it gets the grass grows up around it. It can be a little bit tight. But we're going to sort of just play out a bit of role playing. Bernie likes a bit of role playing, don't you?
I do, Dan, but not in this occasion.
And I want you to sort of talk us through the shot that you were faced with on 18 here to win the championships.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll head over there in just a sec. We'll just let this group play through, and then we'll show everybody what the shot was all about.
Okay.
So wind's picked up. We just wandered over, and this is what you were left with. So how did you even get here, Paul? Obviously you've hit a decent drive.
I hit a good drive. Yeah. My second shot was a bit off to the right and blocked it a little bit.
Okay.
And it just finished. I thought it had gone in the bunker, which I didn't think was going to be a problem. But when we got here, it was on a down slope.
Wow.
Going up over onto the green, and it was probably twice the strength of wind down.
Was it really?
So I had no chance of even holding the green, really.
Yeah.
And so I went and had a look at the leaderboard because I wasn't sure where I stood, and I could see I had a 2-shot lead.
Okay.
So basically I elected then to just try and get something on towards the back of the green and not get too cute with this, because if I had a 1-shot lead or no shot lead, then I'd have to probably get quite cute with the shot. But it just allowed me a bit of a cushion to play it a bit safer than what I would do normally. So that was quite lucky, really.
So I just want to walk you up and just kind of show you what you got to deal with here. So pot bunker lip, and then a big downslope as you run off down towards a pin, which, to be fair, is cut very tight. And this is basically where the pin was for the championship, which is kind of on the front right portion of the green. The problem Paul had, I suppose, with his second shot is there's kind of out of play really all the way around that side at the back of the green, and you can see as I'm kind of walking up here, all downslope here, walking back towards Paul and his shot that he's faced. And what I want to know, Paul, which I know is going through the mind of lots of people watching this part of the video, how were you feeling at this time? Because you know there's a lot going on.
Yeah, very nervous.
There's crowd, there's a clubhouse, you're right by the clubhouse, there's a lot going on. You're left with a very tight lie over a pot bunker to a tight pin.
Yep.
Did you know, what did you have to play with as such, as in the, did you get up and down, or?
Obviously I knew I had a 2-shot lead, so I didn't try to get up and down. I just thought I'll get it somewhere past the pin, which left me with 2 putts in order to get my bogey and then hopefully win by a shot, rather than trying to play for an up and down, which if you get wrong here, you're going to bring double bogey into
all
play.
sorts of trouble.
Yeah.
So the reality is that all you're focusing on now is obviously a strike. You need a decent strike off this line.
I need to make sure I get over this bunker,
yeah,
or I need to make sure I don't thin it through the green, because that's your 2 worst case scenarios.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to get something on the green, give myself 2 putts, and then hopefully that was enough.
Okay. And just talk us through the setup of what you're thinking here, because you haven't got a lot of...
No, it was quite tight to the lip, so
yeah,
I just had to make sure I got the strike correct, so
yeah,
just getting the weight left side and just making sure the shot was enough to carry almost to the pin and let it just release beyond, because you just didn't want to get cute with this.
And you're focusing on past the pin, uphill putt.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And this is basically where you've ended up.
Pretty similar sort of scenario, yeah.
So this is actually, to be fair, I mean, thinking about it, obviously I wasn't there, so I wasn't able to see exactly how it kind of unfolded, but I envisaged that it was actually a little bit further away with the original putt, the first putt you had.
Yeah.
But this is what you're saying is what you were kind of left with.
Pretty much, and it was the shot I played was a pretty good shot at the time. I thought, it might not have looked good to everybody, but for what I was trying to do, I was happy with it, because I knew what
Well, I imagine that the good players that were all watching you were going, you're kind of dead and buried in some ways. So actually, you probably play. Well, they would have known you played a great shot.
Yeah. And I just sort of relied then on just making sure I 2-putted from here. Really, that was the key.
And just talking about the psychology side of it, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with the fact that you are leading a tournament? Because it's always harder sometimes to lead a tournament coming up the last couple of holes than to chase.
Yeah.
How did that? How did you deal with it at the time? It's a big event.
Yeah. I mean, normally I don't like to look at leaderboards. I just kind of like to go and play my own game, and then. But there are times when you need to know your situation. Certainly on the last hole, it's really important, and it was important. I knew that I had a 2-shot lead at that time, because if I hadn't known that and I tried to up and down it, I could have got myself in all sorts of trouble. So that was a good call from me there to sort of break my normal not looking at the leaderboard and then go and actually take a look at the leaderboard and see where I stood. So but it's to deal with it, it's pressure. The only thing I can say is that I've won things in the past before, and I just kind of took myself back to those moments and knew that I could win, so I was just trying to put myself with confidence from those experiences.
If we're going to win this tournament, you need to behave, and you need to do, it doesn't matter what bit of the club I strike you with, you need to jump in the air as you're going to hit. Alright, I don't care, I just want you to get over that bunker and clamber yourself onto the green, please.
Oh, right.
Bernie,
yeah.
So how would you be feeling in that situation? Because obviously great explanation by Paul.
Yeah.
So, championship on the line, you've got 2-shot lead. You got 2-shot lead? You got 2-shot lead, right. So you don't need to get up and down, you need to be focusing on getting down in 3 from here to still win.
Can I be honest with you? With my game at the moment, I'd probably be chipping it into the middle of this, down here somewhere, and trying to 2-putt it.
Okay, so you'd be chipping it out there.
I'd be going on the edge, so even if I duff it, I'm going to duff it down there.
Go on then. I want to see how you get on. So this is you've got to get in. You've got to get up and down in 3 shots.
3 shots.
3 shots from here. There's a lot of people watching, remember. The crowd is everywhere. Yeah, I'd move that rake, get that out of the way.
I might hit it with a rake.
Not even sure Paul even spotted that rake.
Would you might chip it into that?
I don't know where you're going to chip it.
I don't know what I'm going to do with that.
You're stymied, aren't you?
Yeah.
You have to face your fears.
Right, okay, got it.
Face your fears. Do it.
So what am I playing for now?
That one shot, you're playing for the PGA Championships.
Okay, cool. I'm not even a PGA Pro.
No, but you got a sponsor's invite.
Okay. I'd be delighted I got into this stage.
How are you feeling right now?
Very nervous. I'm nervous going in here.
Come on, let's do it.
Well, I'm going for the pin, Dan.
Okay.
I'm going to do a little short backswing.
Yeah.
And hope for the best.
Chase it through. Oh my word, that is absolutely delightful.
You take it though, so I go and get my putter and see if I can win this.
Yeah, just go and see if you can win that, alright?
Take the pin out.
Yeah, pin out. You are in a PGA event, so you should have the pin out really. Okay, just two putts.
To be honest, I'll still be a bit nervous over this.
Would you?
Yeah. Bit from the right, I think.
Okay.
Into the wind.
Just think 2 putts.
How many people are watching now?
There's about 80 people.
Okay.
Not quite 100, but 80 people. A little bit less than what we get on a part 1 of a vlog. You
Green's
know?
quick?
Greens are, yeah, quick enough.
Oh, it's alright, isn't it?
It's just delightful.
Absolutely
delightful.
Gonna mark it.
Mark that. Let the other players play through.
Yep.
So let them all putt out, and then you would finish off then the championship putt. This is the championship putt.
Good at this lamp.
And there it is, the PGA champion of 2022.
I honestly don't know what all the fuss was about. Do you?
Well, how does it feel to be the 2022 PGA champion, and the fact that you won it on a sponsor's exemption?
I know.
Like,
it's not even a PGA Pro. I mean, how good's that?
But just talking about that shot that he was faced with. I mean, until you're in it, and you feel the pressure of coming down the last and having a lead and all of those sorts of things, and you're left with a shot. I mean, if you went and said to him, Paul, go and put this in the worst spot you can find.
It was up there.
That would have been, I reckon that would have been right there.
Yeah.
Because you got nowhere else to go.
How did this ball even get there? Like, it's missed the...
It's interesting you say that, because I was when I was filming him, because obviously I'm behind the lens, like you can't see what I'm doing, and I've got the camera on him. He's chatting away as he does, and I'm looking around going,
he's just...
how has this ball even got here? No. And there is, just to the left of where he was, there's this little funnel, and it's like it's a little, I don't know, it's like a small little dip that kind of does this all the way along from the fairway to where we were stood.
Yeah.
And it's like he's missed it right, and it's obviously kicked off the corner of this funnel and then just worked its way and not gone in the trap.
Traditionally, the way links bunkers are, they gather the ball, don't they? So the ball rolls in and goes into the middle of the bunker. That's the theory anyway. So to actually stay there, I mean, if he was in the bunker, it's a
straightforward shot.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say an easy shot because that's probably being unkind under that much pressure. It's still a tough shot, but it's made...
But you could have just duffed
it made
it out
so much harder by the fact that he's...
Well, it was because obviously where people walk out of the trap, there's a lot
warm.
of sand around that area, and we're obviously recreating an event that took place in the summer, so obviously it was a lot bouncier,
harder, wasn't it?
It's firmer. Yeah. But it's where people step out the sand. So there was a lot of sand around the outside of that bunker, which his ball was kind of sat on.
Yeah.
So it was almost like you had to kind of almost like play a small bunker shot in some ways for to get that thing out and to get any sort of control on it. I mean, to be fair, I thought you executed it. Paul was going for the further shot to get it past the flag and let it release out and come back. So he was trying to land on the flat part. You played it lovely and just got it onto the deck, but you hit the downslope and it ran on.
You know when he was saying the 2 shots he didn't want was either the fat in the bunker or the fin through the green. I think I'd have preferred the fat into the bunker to get up and down rather than if you finned it through the green. It's a lot of green to work with.
Well, there's a lot of green to work with, but there is out of bounds.
Yeah. But I mean,
and you've got 80 odd people watching you. I mean, like...
and they're playing for good money. Yeah. It's not like you're playing for pocket money, is it? It's not life-changing, don't get me wrong, but it's a chance to play in a PGA Championship. Which you know,
to play at Wentworth.
Yeah.
But also it got him into the PGA Cup team.
Yeah.
Which was huge because we obviously went to Cordoval. He invited me along.
It's not just the money; it's all those additional.
Oh yeah.
Additional.
Well, it was worth a lot of money to him because he won. When he won it, I can't exactly work out exactly how much it was, but it was a significant, life-changing situation for him right there and then.
Yeah.
But it also, because Peugeot, it was sponsored by Titleist and FootJoy, but also Peugeot were involved, and he won a car for a year.
Did he?
So he had a car, he had a 308 or something like that for a whole year that I remember. So I mean, you think that's probably going to cost you to lease a car or
£3,000. £3,000, yeah.
You know, so it was a good little thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it gave him the confidence as well.
I mean,
kicking on from that to be.
I mean, that's like, don't get me wrong, we've got some like brilliant players on the channel. You know.
Yeah.
You know, we have great guests. We've had
Amazing guests.
Not excluding John Bickerton, who's won 3 times on the tour. But you think how good those lads are. You know, James, Paul, Gilly,
Joe
Wilbur, Joe the Pro, and you think, I mean, they've all played European Tour or played on, but these guys that are regularly playing on the European Tour, how good they must be. Like it's like, you know, there's Paul and James and Joe and that can shoot serious good numbers, and Gilly, and you think they're like, you know, but it's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, but then you have to look at the likes of John. You know, John. There was just no chink in the armoury.
No,
there was no chink in the armoury with John, and it was. Yeah.
You think the lads that we're talking about have got a slight chink?
It's a fine line.
Yeah,
it's a fine line, and I think it's also I truly believe that if Paul had got his card, if Paul had got his tour card, I think he would have been a journeyman tour pro. Yeah. I think he would have been very much similar to John.
I also think if Paul was born either 20 years earlier or 20 years later, it would have made a massive difference. Because if he was 20 years earlier, you see the way John plays. I know he's had elbow injuries and stuff like that, but he's always one of the shortest hitters on tour. Like if you look at I looked at his figures.
Historic stats.
Did quite a lot of research. Been very straight hitter, accurate balls, you know, accurate strike of the ball, etc. But Paul would have been in a similar ilk if he was 20 years earlier. But and then if we'd have known, if he was 20 years younger, he would have known that distance was such a massive thing now, as we're told all the time. He would have worked out. He'd done everything to get maximum distance. Yeah. And by the time we knew that, for him, don't get me wrong, we were never his level. It was too late, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a little bit. Well, the coaches taught you. You know, I always remember. You know, plot. That was how we were taught to play, and that was how we were expected to play in a county event as well. You know, playing for the county. Come on, let's course management your way around this golf course, not let's blast your way around this golf course.
I'm not criticising any of the coaches I had, because at the time that was everybody was on the same line and the same hymn sheet as such. But I was like quite a raw golfer. Like I didn't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't swing it brilliantly now, but I had an overswing. I just used to hit it as hard. Everything was 100%. You know, and I'd fire it all over the place, like, wouldn't I? Did it left, did it right, but I'd get it around the golf course. Yeah. And then you almost coach that out. You know, when I had that coaching and got my swing slightly more refined, I lost distance. Yeah. I was a more accurate. You know, I plotted my way around, etc. But yeah, it's just different, isn't it?
Having Joe the Pro on the channel,
brilliant, great lad. Sat on the same table as him at the Alliance, which was good. So I'd got to know him a little bit over a few Chardonnays. But yeah, no, great lad, brilliant golfer. Didn't realise how good he was, but yeah, he's a brilliant golfer. Got a good, nice, dry sense of humour as well. He fitted in really well.
It did fit in well, and hopefully.
I really enjoyed his company.
And he's been spotted. He's been spotted. He was spotted at a driving range. I think someone's shouting down the driving range. Joe the Pro, Joe the Pro.
So if you do see him out and about, do call him Joe the Pro, because he loves it.
He does love it, yeah. Yeah, he loves that. So this week, we've got
some good stuff coming on.
We've got a little bit of, obviously we've got, this week coming out on the channel will be Klein. Yeah. So that will be coming out. So you've got, like we said earlier, we've got
bit of a different format as well. I won't reveal what we did, but it's
moving around a little bit.
A bit different, a more competitive element to it, I'd say.
Probably. Whether there's as much banter, it's hard to say when you're out on the course. But it was naturally flowing.
Yeah, it wasn't in the Bude sort of banter stakes.
No,
It was a
you
different-
boys were on a different level there.
Well, it was more of a case of personal pride in this particular
Was it,
vlog.
was
Yeah,
it?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Whereas now you calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
So we've got Klein Golf Club, which hopefully you will. Well, I know you'll enjoy that. It'd be a great
Yeah.
watch for that. But we're off filming
We are. Yeah, Monday.
Monday.
Big one.
Big one. You've never been there.
No, I'm really looking forward to it actually. I've been to some. I've been lucky enough since we've been in the channel to visit more what I call prestigious golf clubs, and this one's right up there, isn't it?
So I've played it a number of times, but
You
we
played
are
with Al,
going.
didn't you?
Yeah, we're going up to film Paul and James playing the practice round for the Sunningdale Foursomes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Paul, they're going to play the old course. Lester and I are going up to do some filming. I didn't think we'd get on.
No, I didn't.
I don't
either.
be funny. Sunningdale doesn't need Lester and I bopping around that golf course with cameras. All right,
They might not need it, but they're going to get it.
They don't need us.
No.
All right. So, however, I did phone them, spoke to the GM up there, and
Brilliant.
it was so good. Yeah. He's like, yeah, brilliant. Love to see you guys up here.
Yeah.
Obviously, pace of play is important. You know, there's lots of people going out playing foursomes that day. It's a practice round. But yeah, fantastic. Come and film it. Come and enjoy yourselves. So we are going to go and film those boys at Sunningdale. The reason I'm not playing at Sunningdale in the Sunningdale Foursomes this year, which is what I entered last year or 2 years ago, I don't remember what it was, with Al, Alex Evans, I forgot.
You've been quite busy though, to be fair.
Completely forgot.
Yeah.
And looking at it now, I think Al's in Tenerife, so he's not even here. So
You'd have been on your own.
I'd have been on my own. So
Don't think
I'd have hit
won.
the first tee shot, and then
Where's Al? Where's Al?
Well, I got no one else to hit the shot, so that would have been us done.
So yeah, that'd be
So-
good. I'm looking forward to that. Bit of a
Yeah.
different. So I'd be watching them sort of playing pre-tournament,
Yeah.
getting it ready for because does it start on the Tuesday?
Starts on the Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, so they'll be quite focused.
Yeah.
And
then on the way home, so we're staying up with a friend of ours. Then on the way home, we are going to be dropping into another golf course, which we haven't set up yet. Graham Ruth is on the case of setting us up a course.
Yeah.
Lester and I are going to hopefully join up with someone to play just a fun vlog or whatever we'll do around another course, which we obviously you'll find out more about that.
yeah, when we know.
When we know, yeah. Anything you want to say about the bus tour whilst we're on the case?
Yes, I have the dates. Trevose, as you're probably aware, if you've watched last week's Sunday show, you'd have known that it was unfortunately rained off, cancelled and postponed.
Couldn't get it replayed.
No,
Couldn't get it
we're struggling a little
repositioned.
bit. I know Graham is trying to add it on at sort of the end of the actual trip, so we're going to exclude that one from the order of merit. So there is going to be
How many you got?
6 order of merit. There's going to be 6 order of merit events
Right.
that have confirmed in the diary. They will now be going across the ticker bar, the ones. So we've got Parlin Kenvick and Ash Burnham together,
That's gone live already, hasn't
which
it?
is the 10th and the 11th of April, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
We've got Staverton Park, which is the 29th and 30th of May.
Yeah.
We've got Woodbury Park, which is the 19th and 20th of June.
Yeah.
We've got the 10th and the 11th of July, which is Saint Pierre.
Okay.
We've got 28th and 29th of August, which is Old Fawns.
Lovely.
And we finished with the 4th and the 5th of September, which is Forest Pines.
Nice.
We've got an additional event, which is on the 24th and 25th of July, which is at the Players Club Bristol,
Yep.
which is going to be a pairs competition. So you need to enter that either individually. If you are an individual, we'll find someone to play to partner you up with, I'm sure. But if you do have a friend, then enter as a pair, and it'll be a pairs competition. So the 6 order of merit events, the first and second in the order of merit on the bus tour, they will play a vlog which will be filmed and shown on the channel against me and Dan. So play as many as you can or as many as you want, but there will be points for each event, and we will keep a running total. We will show the order of merit, which will go on this show.
Yep.
We'll show it when we've done an event. We'll have the order of merit, and we'll keep updating it for you.
Look at that.
So if anybody's interested, email Graham. He'll give you a little bit more details of costing. They're around about £300 per person for the event, which is 2 rounds of golf, dinner, bed and breakfast, accommodation, prizes. We'll play on some of the events as well, so you will get to play some holes with me and Dan. Yeah, they're really good trips. Loads of banter, a bit of fun, but a little bit of a competitive element to it.
Like-minded people.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Lots of friendships being made from these trips, which is
brilliant.
absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
So hopefully you can come and join us, come meet us, and
What it's all
play
about.
some golf.
Absolutely right. I don't have anything else that I would like to report from this week. No, what I will say though is I want you to all keep your eyes peeled because there is some excitement in the air.
Oh yeah,
There
Channel
is some
news.
excitement in the air.
Channel
and
news.
I won't give anything away today, but we're in the middle of just planning and finishing off, tidying up, organising, creating, everything's happening. So we will announce on a Sunday show, probably next week, maybe even the week after, we're not sure yet, we will be announcing some very hot news. Hot off the press.
Brilliant.
So on that note, I would like to thank you for your time on the Sunday morning show.
You're very welcome.
And we will see everybody next week for our next Sunday morning show.
See you next Sunday.
Have a lovely weekend.